Hello and welcome to the CISSP Success Toolkit, CISSP Twister of the Day number 150. Hey, 150, I didn't realize. Hey, we should celebrate. We have completed 150 questions for you to help you pass your CISSP exam. Great. Today, we are going to touch upon on Identity Assurance Level, IAL. There are total 3 levels, and this particular video help you clarify the entire concept end to end, because again this is a testable topic in your CISSP exam. Now before we get into the video, we need to understand on internet there are a lot of systems around, right? Information systems there. All of them mostly have authentication system as well, just to make sure that a particular user is using a particular unique identity and then authenticating to the system. Many of the identities are also created false, you can say, in a fraud way as well, right? Because that is where people can misuse these particular accounts. So there has to be certain level of risk associated with a false identity, and there has to be some control which has been put up there. If let's say you go to a particular website and you have very critical data to access, obviously you cannot give somebody a free access or go and create an account and access that particular information, because the risk is very high. How do we do that then? So there is something called as proofing, which we are going to talk about in this particular video. With that said, let's validate your understanding on the entire concept, and by validating that I am going to explain the entire concept. Don't feel these are simple questions, they are twisted as well, and you will come to know how this particular question is twisted at the end of the video. So let's see this. Take a pause of 15 seconds to read through, understand and answer this particular question in the comment below, and then I am going to explain you. Okay, I hope by now you have identified your answer and you have put it on the comments. I will definitely reply. Maybe sometimes I am a little bit late, but I am making sure that I reply to your comments. This particular question is in the NIST Special Publication 800-63 Identity Assurance Level IAL3 provides the highest level of confidence in the asserted identity and mandates uses of biometric authentication. Now this question is little lengthy, and I think to go there, first we need to understand what is this NIST Special Publication 863. So this NIST Special Publication 863 talks about some identity assurance level. That means the kind of assurance you have on a particular authentication system or a particular system, how they actually create or you can say provision the identity after proper proofing as well. Now what is this proofing, what is this provisioning? Let's talk about. So when a particular user want to create an identity on a particular platform, the first thing which need to be done is proofing, letting know about that particular person, because even there are bots also, there are softwares also which can actually go and create an identity, right? And then they can create a denial of service attack on the system by itself. You need valid identity, and you need to protect people creating fraud identities as well. If more fraud identities are created, that means there is higher risk, and obviously the risk will go even higher if there is something which is more sensitive which can be accessed by somebody. So we need to have some kind of mechanism to prevent somebody creating fraudulent identities on systems, and for that the major concept is proofing. Proofing is the art of, or proofing is the process of validating whenever somebody is creating an identity. Now you might have seen in certain cases, certain websites, right? You just go provide your email ID, create one password, and in just 2 clicks, without giving any identity proof, you are able to create an identity, isn't it? That is called as per NIST Special Publication 863, that is called as IAL Level 1. That has been put for a purpose, right? you don't need so much of validation, because obviously end of the day whatever you are going to access is not critical, it is not sensitive. So if the risk is minimal, you can go with IAL level 1. However, in some cases the risk may be little higher, or you can say intermediate. That is where we go with IAL level 2. And in this particular case, the system will be asking you some form of government ID, for example your PAN card, your Aadhaar card, your social security number, or maybe any other identity, or even validating your date of birth as well. So that comes under the IAL level 2, because that is where might be that you are dealing with some level of data which is little more critical. However, if the data is super critical or if you get access to the particular system, you can misuse it, and that can have a bigger impact. In that particular case, we go with IAL level 3. What is IAL level 3? Just think about when you go to your passport office and you need to get a passport. Are these people just asking you, okay, type your name, give your email ID, take the passport? You will never see in any country that kind of system, because this passport is a very critical document, and you can definitely misuse it and you can do a lot of fraud. And that is why, because the risk is super high, we go with high level of assurance, we go with higher level of proofing, and we make sure that you have to be sometimes physically present, you have to give your biometric enrollment, all of those kind of information before you are being granted or you have been provisioned with the particular access, right? And when you do this high level of proofing before provisioning the access, that actually establish a kind of assurance which this NIST special publication 863 is talking about. So there are total, just to summarize, there are total 3 identity level: IAL level 1, 2, 3. You need to understand level 3 means highest risk, level 1 means lowest risk from your CISSP exam perspective. I hope this entire video has helped you to understand the particular concept. I keep coming with more and more valuable data for you and more valuable content for you. These kind of concept, right, which nobody talks about. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to comprehend the entire thing from the book, and it is good that if somebody explain you this way, right? I hope you are liking this entire series, and if you are serious about your CISSP preparation, consider subscribing to this particular channel. Consider visiting cybernous.com. I keep training people for CISSP with lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds of success stories. You can see that on my LinkedIn profile. The link is there in the chat as well. If you are just going for the appearance into the CISSP exam, do not forget to go through my mock test which has been hosted on Udemy, because that is super been crafted with all scenario based questions. So I hope this particular video helped, and Jai Hind. I am going to see you in the next video.